Australian Ninja Warrior first appeared in 2017 and quickly became one of the more popular Ninja Warrior shows around the world. Popular enough for a second season to be cranked out within the year. Last year I made a quick discussion video on Australian Ninja Warrior, essentially saying that while it didn't really deviate too much from many other regional shows around the world in terms of course design and format, the presentation was by far its strongest aspect, taking a serious approach but not through too many depressing stories, while acknowledging the other ninja shows around the world. In this video, I'll be seeing what was improved for Season 2, whether the strong points from Season 1 were carried on, and what flaws were ironed out. This is my review of Australian Ninja Warrior Season 2. Beginning with the presentation, the question is, did the confident start shown in Season 1 continue into Season 2? Well, yes and no. On one hand, the show still seems very self-aware, which is definitely a positive compared to the vast majority of A&W spin-off shows, which prefer to act as if they exist in a bubble. The editing itself is still nice, there aren't an overabundance of goofy or tragic competitors, and the show has seemingly done a good job of inviting back the top competitors from Season 1, making an even stronger competitor pool the second time around, while giving audiences people to recognise and root for. However, the presentation was far from perfect. There were definitely some odd choices for runs they chose to skip or fast forward. Fred Dorrington, last year's last man standing, being the most notable example, with every run of his being cut throughout the whole season, which just baffles me considering they otherwise like to put so much focus on the people who do well. But at the end of the day, no show is perfect in this regard. A&W focuses a whole lot on tragic backstories early on, so I'll still call the way the show acts and presents itself pretty good compared to other shows around the world. But moving on to the course, especially in the final, we had possibly the biggest source of change for Season 2, a major increase in difficulty. This isn't the first time we've seen this. Ninja Warrior Arabia was the first A&W spin-off to have both a longer Stage 2 and a full-sized Stage 3. Ninja Warrior Germany and Australian Ninja Warrior were no exception to this trend either. Stage 1 was made tougher, this time featuring a salmon ladder before the salmon ladder in Stage 2. Stage 2 was also much harder, practically unreasonably hard, with bar hop, pole grasper, rail runner, wing nuts and the jumping spider before even the salmon ladder and unstable bridge, with a time limit of under 3 minutes. For a show in its second season with a relatively small pool of dedicated competitors, that, in my opinion, is overkill. Not to mention that despite the fact that no one made it to Stage 3 in Season 1, they also massively upgraded Stage 3, making it 6 obstacles long instead of the usual 3. Essentially, the course was upgraded to make it more in line with something like A&W in terms of length than many other of the regional spin-offs, which is both good and bad. On one hand, I like it because it shows that the producers are really interested in growing the show year by year, showing an ambition that many ninja shows lack, but on the other, there is such a thing as making the course too hard. It took 7 seasons for there to be a winner on A&W, with the course growing in difficulty during that time. But the obstacles that are being brought into Australian Ninja Warrior are from Seasons 8 and 9 of A&W, making the difficulty gradient a lot harder to handle, which in turn has impacted results by having no Stage 2 clears so far, which could all too easily turn viewers off. If I were the producers, instead of looking just at A&W, I'd look at the competitor pool too. See who's been training, see the level they're at, and build the course at or slightly above that level, encouraging them to get even stronger by inviting them back for future seasons while still gradually growing the course in difficulty. That'd strike a good balance between getting a satisfying result and making the course tougher each year, which I think they did a bit too much of this year. But putting that aside, what are my overall thoughts? Well, the show is definitely still extremely popular. The ratings weren't as spectacular and unbelievable as season 1, but the show still seems to have plenty of time to grow and iron out the flaws in the future, as well as build a larger and even stronger competitor pool. While I don't think season 2 was absolutely amazing or a home run, it did have plenty of flaws like some truly annoying and flawed disqualification rules, questionable cut competitors, and an arguably too tough course. The base show that is Australian Ninja Warrior is still pretty solid and enjoyable all around, especially compared to many other A&W spin-offs. It looks great, has ambition, is edited well, and takes itself seriously for the most part. So I'd say Australian Ninja Warrior has potential moving forward, some of which was capitalised on this year, but not in the best way possible. Australian Ninja Warrior Season 2 was good, but it can be even better in the future. And that was a quick review of the second season of Australian Ninja Warrior. I apologise for the kind of poor commentary quality in this video. I have a bit of a sore throat while recording this. Yeah, sorry about that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below, to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and ring the bell for more awesome Ninja Warrior content from around the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.